What's up? This is another episode of Booze Reviews. It's your man Boo, your man's Critique,
Watch your mouth.
and your boy T-Roy.
No.
Yeah, we back at you with another episode with our very, very, very honored guest, Mr. Jermaine Moore.
One time.
Yeah. Big shout out from Booze Reviews to you, you know what I'm saying? Thank you for joining us today. Oh, and the movie that we're reviewing, Loyalty Over Trust. Loyalty Over Trust. And Jermaine was an actor in that movie. And, we're going to kind of get into that. We got some questions for him. Then we'll get into the review. So, Critique, what's a question that you had?
Well, a lot of people don't know. Me and J-Mo go back to high school. And it's funny because he graduated with me in 1991, but little did I know he had been double promoted. And so my man was actually 16 when he graduated in 1991. And I found that out just a short while ago. And that intrigued me, like, that takes a, number one, she just got to be smart as hell and quick as fuck, to have a diligent routine of handling business. And that led me into my first question, which was like, what qualities that you have in your personal life that you absolutely take into every character that you play, or do you take certain qualities that you have and put it into a character depending on the role?
Okay, well, definitely it depends on the role.
Okay.
I do take some of my personal ways of life and ways of living to my character.
Mm-hmm.
You know, as far as like into acting, as far as the discipline, reading the script, analyzing it, getting to know who my character is, and actually just, going full steam ahead with that.
Mm-hmm.
But every character is different.
Okay.
Depending on the role.
Okay.
The character, yes.
Okay. And that's what intrigued me, like, for the most part, especially like graduating so early. And like that takes a whole lot of steady work. That takes something to be diligent in. So those qualities that you had back then, that's why I was wondering, like, did you take those qualities into the role?
Okay.
Yes.
Appreciate that.
Okay.
So, T-Roy, what's a question that you have for Mr. Moore?
First question. First thing I thought of was like, what initially got you started into, wanting to get into movies and acting?
Well, acting, it was, I started off from a theater background. It was in high school. It was shout out to Mr. Van Hoost.
Yeah.
I played football, I played football and ran track. And
Okay.
that was pretty much what I was doing and really, really into, but I always wanted to act. So I went to Mr. Van Hoost and was like, hey man, I want to get off into acting. He was in charge of the drama department.
Okay.
And he said, well, let's see what's going on. And so I went in and started going through drills and just became a part of that team. And we did a few plays those few years I was there. And I just knew at that point in time that was something that I really wanted to get into.
Okay.
And
Early. Okay.
yeah, and down in college, I was a part of the Dramatic Guild. I went to the Alabama State University, HBCU.
HBCU strong, baby.
Yeah. Shout out to Tonia Stewart, Dr. Stewart. She was she was the head of the Dramatics Guild, and she was an actress herself.
Wow.
And that kind of led me to keep it going. She was in the old series, In the Heat of the Night.
Okay.
She played the auntie of one of the main characters in Girls Trip. With Latifah and them. Yeah. Filmed out in New Orleans.
Okay.
She was in that. She was in several films, so that always inspired me to somebody who I seen daily or a lot.
Right.
Was actually doing it, what I wanted to do. So yeah, that's pretty much what got me started knowing what I wanted to do. And then once I came back from college, the independent film here in Detroit circuit was starting to bloom, you know. So
The whole Tubi,
the whole
Tubi and all that. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So the first film that I was in here was by a director, producer by the name of Sean Woodard. Shout out to Sean Woodard. He gave me my first start as far as films here, and then shortly after that, director B.Z. Jones, he gave me my start in a supporting role in the film Wait. Y'all gotta check that out. Wait, that's
Wait?
great. Yeah,
Wait,
yes,
Wait.
absolutely.
It's on Tubi?
Okay.
Yes, that's on Tubi.
Okay.
Wait as in
Wait,
W-A-I-T
on Tubi,
or
y'all.
wait as in W-E-I?
W-E-I-G-H-T.
Yeah,
Oh,
weight,
okay.
like a weight on your shoulder.
Wait.
Like having a big ass. Wait.
And once you guys, you know, and the audience get a chance to check that one out, you'll see some of your familiar actors and faces in there. That's where they got their start from.
Okay.
So I think
That's what's up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, that's the Easter egg for everybody when they watch that. Yep. So it's like, so since that time, how many movies can you say that you can have attributed to yourself that you've done?
I'm gonna have to say it's close to 30 now.
Okay.
Between 25.
That is pretty good right there. Dang.
That's
Strong foundation, and it shows how you're into it. You'll get to it. I want to still do this. Yeah,
Absolutely.
man. So critique. We'll bring it back to you.
Well, I got one more, and like I said, we go back to high school, so you know I was always the class clown and everything. So I'm gonna talk about the movie.
Yeah.
Number one, you play an officer in this movie. Come to find out that one of the main characters, you know what I'm saying, used to toss your future wife like up, down, sideways, smacked it up, BBD'd and rubbed it down. First off, I don't know how many alumni picnics you can come to after this, but I going into the movie sense of it. How was it like to prepare? Because I've seen a few of your works. You in 103 movies, 103 and a half movies. But this one, I don't see. Well, I've seen people play like this role before, but never knew them in person.
Yeah.
How did you get into like that mindset? You know, when I hear people getting into the character, how you getting into the character of man, this nigga and talked about my wife, and then I done told him I came back and married her because nigga, you was hot. After nigga, you was hot. I mean,
Rock.
did
Definitely rock.
I mean, just especially when you said came back and married her. That right there, I saw the pain in your head go. One ear went up here, half your mustache got gray. But from the point to where he said that, I think the escalation of anger was good until the de-escalation and sarcastic movement of when you let homeboy, go in there and get a business on his cousin. Yeah. How did you get into that? How did you,
that one
to play? Because I said, it was a good acting skill, like, to where, like, I could see, like, okay, you sound like a nigga that's hurt because this nigga, did your wife.
Yeah, first of all, shout out to Yada. He's the writer of that film, Loyalty Over Trust. And Dennis Reed was the director from 1919 Distributions. I was glad that they called me to be a part of that. And like you said, man, you know me for a while, so I'm not no pushover. So so to play that slight submissive role, and this guy talking his junk, so. I'm like, man, this is some bull. So we go along with it, and I never forget it. We had the part where I jumped across the table on him. Yeah, I did it, and the whole crew was like, I don't know, because I'm trying to still be professional. I don't want to grab this man. I don't want to, So I'm like, man, and next thing you know, one of the director, he went to high school with us. So he like, you ain't no Trojan. What? You a troll. So now
I
you calling
told
me
you, see, I
again.
didn't even know that.
Similar,
Like,
yeah.
like, man, you a troll.
Like,
Like,
similar to that. So I'm
Yeah.
like, what? So I did it again. And then my man who I jumped across the table to, Yada, he like, man, come on, man, I ain't gonna break. I'm like, what? All these women around, man, I can't go out like this. So I jump across the table. That's when you see the anger. From that point on, I'm like, I channel, like, I gotta be angry. I gotta, even though I don't have a wife or no kids, I gotta put myself into that mind frame that this man is playing me. You know what I mean? I can't go out like that.
I knew you didn't have a wife with no kids, so I was like,
so
that part was played.
Yeah, so it took that to give me, and then when they gave me the chance to get the get back with the Hispanic guy that went in there, when they gave me that, so that's why I was like, okay, and that's when I could be more like myself. Like,
That shit was so funny. Like, shit, I thought they was over.
It's like, wait, a lot of little comedy was put into this. It was like, ugh.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That was dope.
So, T-Roy, what's the next one?
Another thing I was interested in knowing is, or just asking, like, who are some actors, whether they, famous or ghetto famous, like just anybody you aspire to work with one day.
Man, it's a lot. I've been honored to work with a lot of of actors here in the city, mainstream, non-mainstream, independently. But I would say Murder Payne. I've worked with him.
Okay.
I've worked with him in McGraw Ave H Block.
Okay.
But I haven't had a scene with him, and that brother can act to me, yo. He really can do
I
it.
just did.
Yeah, you can tell that he.
Yeah.
If you watch some of the earlier stuff versus like some of the later stuff, you can tell he's
growing.
putting it in.
And one thing about it is I'm waiting for the world to see, and we're actually waiting for him to actually like branch off and start doing more. I can see, Murder being a lawyer. You know what I mean? People probably like, oh, you think so? Because they used to what he's doing.
Look at me.
I
but
can
you
see
gotta,
it. And that'll show, his range that I know he has. So, I'm looking forward to working, or I would like to work with him directly. And also Denzel Washington's son, David Washington.
Isaiah Washington.
David Washington.
Oh, David?
Yeah,
Okay.
I think it's David Washington.
Okay.
So that's the younger.
Played on Ballers.
Oh, yeah.
Played on Ballers. And we got similar backgrounds. He was down at Clark or Morehouse. He played more at Morehouse.
Okay.
Yeah. So after that, he got a small stint for the Rams, and then he said, I'm gonna get off into this acting thing. A lot of people didn't realize that he was Denzel Washington's son because he wanted to stand on his own.
Right.
So I kind of like that whole thing, and then even his acting style.
That's how you got to do it.
And dream role is not my character in real life, but dream role wise, hopefully I'm not ruining anything.
No, you good. You right in line. You right in pocket.
Only because I'm talking about David Washington. It would be the role he had in Ballers. Like he was.
The
he
receiver,
was
the cocky.
He was kind of cocky, arrogant, which is not my style.
AB. He was the AB.
But that's
Because it was a lot of reflection of the league in that show.
You
did not watch Ballers.
Yep.
And you thought it was like, what something you was gonna like, man, once you start watching it.
Oh man.
Because everybody I think some people felt like with The Rock being involved, it was like
it wasn't gonna be right. Like,
no, that shit was good.
I can't believe they canceled, but they did get some seasons out of the deal. But that's one of my dream roles. That and a similar character would be and it's dealing with the acting world. So when I first seen this, I'm gonna tell y'all in a minute. But when I seen that, I was like, whoa, that I like this. It was one of my favorite series, Entourage. Vincent Chase.
I love Entourage.
So Vinny Chase,
I remember.
Hell
actor, you know what I mean? And they got out there, it's loosely based off of Mark Wahlberg's life and his brother, his whole
brought his boys with him.
And all his boys, how he brought them out there when he got doing his thing out there in LA. And them boys was just, Vinny Chase was just a man, but from the girls, from the acting, from, I like the fact that they fell off several times as a crew, broke.
Lost the house, got fired from a movie.
You know what I'm saying? He didn't got man.
Entourage was
like you gotta go back into that. I gotta go back into that because there's some shit going on in that.
Got drugs. Remember they got drugs? Eminem blew his mouth out. Money back down, you know what I'm saying? The reality.
Funny shit.
Man, that was it.
Yeah, it's funny too. Yeah. It's funny. A lot of funny shit.
I'm getting on it.
So I like that series, same character.
Okay.
Yeah, David Washington, I love to work with him. I like that, bro.
That's what's up.
Acting. Yep.
So now you got off into he already answered
my
question.
bad, bro.
No, you right on time because now we go into the Red Cup review, which is the Bulls and Reviews review of a movie. And then the movie is, once again, Loyalty Over Trust.
Yes, indeed.
And
So
so we ready to go into the red cup review. I'm gonna throw it to my man T. Roy. What is your red cup review of Loyalty Over Trust?
I gave it a full cup.
Okay.
I gave it a full cup because I'm a sucker for a surprise ending. If it didn't have the surprise ending, I would have gave it less.
See?
Like a lot of these
He the
two.
one that fucked
That's why
up
we
and let
the
Troy
three
go
bad
first. He's
brothers,
the
though.
analytical one.
That's why we the three bad brothers. though. You
You
been
fucked
around
up and
so
letting
long,
Troy
man.
go first. in the
Go
first.
ahead. I'm sorry.
No,
I'm sorry.
you good. But
Yeah.
if it didn't have a surprise ending, I would have kind of wrote it off as like, oh, this, it's another, whatever Tubi movie, you know what I'm saying? But that's what kind of separated it from just being another Tubi movie. My man at the end that was quiet the whole movie and just kind of, he was out thinking everybody at the end of the day. He was the nigga that was on top of shit.
Right.
And they wrote him off as just a fat nigga that punched people.
Yep. Kept his mouth shut, and just beat there.
Observe.
But he told my man at the end, like, don't say shit, like, and it's just what it is.
You already.
And then the movie just kind of went off. It was a part of me at first that was like, damn, I wanted a little bit more verbiage to kind of explain what went down, but it was like, nah, that's just it. And it's the end of the movie.
That's it.
And I was cool with that. So that alone gave me, I gave it a full cup. Full cup, y'all.
Man, yes sir,
The
full
ending did it
cup.
for me.
Okay, there you go. Yes, I'm gonna go ahead, man. He touched right off in the mouth. That's why that's why we the three bad brothers that you know so well. Because it's a consciousness, right? So that in itself, I came in prepared for a half cup. So now if you work the streaming on Tubi, and this is maybe a little bit of sidebar, but if you work the streaming on Tubi, remember, if you don't have an account, you got to go back and watch the whole movie again.
Yeah.
I was able to go back and fast forward so I could get right back to the end, so I did not miss anything coming up to that point because I felt like I missed something. So I came in with the half. Fighting on the way over here, 3/4. But now listening to how the impact was and everything, I gotta move it up to a full cup. So I'm gonna end up with a full cup.
I was at 3/4.
I felt there was some parts of the story that may have been a little bit like holy, but even with that, it all wound up coming together at the end. So I'm gonna leave it at that full cup.
That's what's up, full cup. Now, myself, I was stuck at 3/4 of a cup too, and I'm going to stay at 3/4.
I know where.
I'm going to stay at 3/4 of a cup. I mean, the only thing that's probably stopping me from giving it a full cup is pretty much, I'm not going to say it. No, I got to say it. I got to give you my reason to say it. I knew it was itty bitty. Once
you know,
yeah.
Wow.
I knew it was a surprise, and it was like,
but not for you.
okay, how it's going down. This is going to come out to a who did it. Like, and this is before what was homeboy's name that actually was the brain of the operation? Reese.
Yeah.
Before he got killed, before Lux got killed. I think it was after. It was pretty much after the jail scene. After you let the Mexican.
When my man overdosed.
When he overdosed, it was
Lux's cousin.
That was Semi.
Yeah. I was like, who did? And I don't know why it was to me that Itty Bitty is about to do all this shit because. It just seems like he was sitting on this. It seemed like he was just sitting in wait. And then I do know Dennis, like it was like he was sitting in wait. And I figured that I'm not saying that that's a bad thing, but as funny as J-Mo was, I wanted more of you, so that's why I'm sticking at 3/4 of it. You'd have put J-Mo in it like. following the nigga and shit like this. No, we was
Well,
like,
got
no,
his
we want to
get back
do
when
this
he-
battle
Let's
book.
get
We
back
gotta
there.
get-
Get him up.
Yeah.
That
No,
was
we
his
gotta
thing.
do
cracking
this battle
up
book.
and
We
shit,
gotta
man.
give them they phone call. I want to get a motherfucking shit. I was like, this man is going through some hard times. This criminal just came back. Like, he's supposed to be worried about getting out of jail. He more worried about getting at you because he fucked your broad. And then you had to, like, you know, you're dealing with a lot. And that laugh, it was a regular old black folks laugh when he came in like, what was you doing? He's like, then you held your belly and was like, I thought it was homies. And it's done. I wasn't expecting that much comedy, but
Boy,
no, it's a good movie. But I'm going to say
I wasn't at all.
3/4 of a cup with a shot of 1738.
Okay, with a shot.
Only because I
With a
was
shot on it.
only because I did guess it. It was itty bitty. I mean, who else you could?
No, man.
I don't know.
I'm
Y'all
saying.
couldn't tell that when Reese came and put that bread in Lux's at Lux's mama house, and then he wrote a letter saying don't gamble it all the way. I knew he was about
I
to
knew
gamble.
that was
Well,
gonna
no,
come back up
but I
toward
thought
the
he was
end.
just giving him some money because
Looking
they
out.
was
Strength
doing,
up.
yeah, because they was
Yeah,
doing
yeah.
good
Yeah.
and all that shit. That's what I took that as. But damn, for you
Well,
to go
you don't
there,
know
he
that.
did-
He could have did that when Lux got out.
Okay, well look, then you.
That's how I knew he was going.
Okay, so then we would have took it from the fucking club scene when the white boy wouldn't fuck with him.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was like, yeah, is that your brother?
Yeah.
Well, then I can't fuck with you until you cut ties with him.
Oh, okay.
And he was like, all right. And then,
Yeah, he stayed loyal though. He was like, well,
but
fuck
hold
it,
on.
that ain't-
Then while my man, before Lux go to jail, he like, damn, Reese about to cut me out of everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what he thought, right?
Right.
But then they in jail, no talk. Then Marco like, yeah, man, your brother, you ain't heard from me?
Yeah.
You ain't heard from me? He was
Yeah.
like, no. Why? You know, why haven't you?
I really knew that's when Reese was about to die right there.
that
And
was
he got out first.
He told my man, no.
yeah,
You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah.
I don't know. I think what kind of lullabied me away from it being itty bitty was that through the whole movie, this nigga was quiet and didn't have shit to say.
Yeah.
So he was the last person I thought of being the mastermind of I'm about to get everybody
I told my
But
wife
he's
that.
He was
everywhere.
consistently quiet.
But he was
All he
down-
do
but
is
he
knock
was down
niggas
with
out
him
and
too,
He was down with him, but
Exactly where you
Ooh,
are.
remind me of like a ghetto
He never
Kaiser
killed
Sose.
He
Like,
didn't kill nobody.
Exactly. That's why you
He
didn't
didn't kill
suspect.
nobody.
He was just
And
a
then
knockout
when they
artist.
introduced him, see, this is how I threw it off. Let me tell you what threw it off. The left hook was when they threw the introduction shit at you.
Oh, well, when they
What
was
do we need
in
to know now? We done seen all these niggas at the beginning
we
of the
talking when
movie.
they came in the club.
Yeah, with one at a time.
Yeah.
George
He the
Clooney,
wild
you know what I'm
one.
saying?
He
He
the
the
quiet
George
one.
Clooney.
He the muscle.
Man,
Yeah, he the loose
That's
cannon.
how I should have understood. That's when it changed.
But Eddie Bitty was like, he quiet.
The security.
He posted the whole time. He was drinking his cognac.
Yeah.
It was time to go. He
And
left the
just
shit and
observe
he
it. I
walked out.
saw him as a verbal from
But he had the Kaiser Sose energy. Like,
Yeah,
you don't see
that's
it.
why I was
That's
like,
what it
oh my
was.
God, Itty Bitty
He was
is
a Kaiser
doing,
Sose.
Itty Bitty is doing this
He
shit.
didn't
Like,
have
I just
security.
knew.
He's the head of security.
Yeah.
I know what's
I mean,
going
he
on.
was in there, so.
And then the thing, why would this dude be able to go to the movie without having his security with him? And his wife.
Right.
Your security's supposed to be with you.
Do y'all think that Itty Bitty got to Reese's cousin? Reese's cousin was the one that shot him. But you're right.
Marco.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, Marco.
Where was your security at the, you know what I'm saying, when you got shot? Like, that didn't,
And I
didn't think of that until you just said it, but that's just another factor that's like, oh yeah.
And I thought
If I
both of
would've
them
thought
got
of that,
off.
Itty Bitty is
I didn't
off
think
in
she
these
just
niggas.
got hurt. I thought she got off. Like, that shot was like a head shot, I thought.
Yeah.
And she
Yeah.
just fucking got hurt.
Talking about Reese's wife?
Yeah. She
Yeah,
just
because
got
he
hurt.
blew Reese away. I
Yeah,
thought she was
so
dead
I mean
too.
that's just, but those are the things that when you watch this movie, because definitely make sure you go watch Loyalty Over Trust.
On Tubi.
Make sure you go watch that. That's
Yeah, we didn't tell y'all everything. We didn't tell you
know, we
everything.
gave y'all. We actually gave you.
I mean, like, we gave you
It's all good. Hey, we just got y'all interested.
When did it come out?
that.
We just
It
got
came
y'all
out
interested.
Ooh.
Yeah, we just
Y'all
got
can still watch it.
Yeah,
Y'all
yeah,
can
yeah.
watch
Go,
it.
just make sure
Man,
y'all check it
nothing
out,
like
man.
this.
Especially
Experience.
J-Mo part. That,
It's
for
not like
real.
the
That
experience.
part is, that shit is the sickest.
If I wish they made that 3D, then it could have felt like you was jumping out on motherfucker.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, want to
Like, oh shit, these niggas got 3D. Yeah.
So there you go.
Man, another episode of Booze and Reviews. Your boy Mugu, your boy T-Roy,
No dog.
and your man's Critique.
Watch your mouth.
And our very, very, very honored guest,
HFH.
Jermaine Moore.
Henry Ford High School own, baby. Yes, sir.
And we out of here.
Y'all don't forget, like,
Share.
comment. Yeah.